Welcome back to Boston Crab Wrestling. Today we're going over the WrestleMania 41 build-up, and we're going to be starting off with one of the only positives, which is the women's triple threat between Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's been a good build-up, great segments. The special guest referee match was good. I like that they haven't officially announced it as a triple threat match yet. I like the suspense. It's a good suspense. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I feel like it's been the best build up for the road to WrestleMania. It's been the most consistent, I feel like, since the Chamber. And it's been filled with surprises like Io winning the championship and, the special guest ref match ending the way it did. So I've been a big fan of it.
I think the fact that Io Sky is kind of like, even though she's the world champion, she's kind of viewed as the underdog in this story because, a lot of the main segments, it'll just be Bianca and Rhea like feuding and beefing. And while, Io's in the background, and they're not paying attention to her. And I think that adds a lot of great storytelling. Because I think a lot of people, myself included, thought it was just going to be Rhea and Bianca. But I like how they added that.
I fully agree with what Matt said. It's been the most consistent over the build to WrestleMania. You look at what they've been able to do, and like you said, there's been suspense, there's been surprises, and it's just been one of the better builds going on. Like, there's not too many like very good builds going on. I think it's like this and Punk, Roman, Rollins, which we'll get to. But like you said, it has the three pillars of the division, uh, and they're all going at it, and the crowd's loving it, the fans are loving it, so you really can't go wrong here.
Yeah. I don't know what happened with Jay. I think he got kidnapped. Some masked man took over for him, but uh, whatever he's doing on the show is fine. He had a good point. It's very consistent. It's been consistently good, and it's been consistently on TV. They've shown up, unlike some people, and it's been great. I don't know. I like it.
I just want to say though, before we do move on, the guy who has replaced Jay today, I don't even know his name, so much better. Just want to put that out there. He's so much better. Jay's
Appreciate
just
it.
so annoying all the
I
time.
appreciate it. Yeah, the guy sucks.
Yeah, he's awful.
Why he kidnapped him. All right, moving on. We're going to be talking about the tag team championships this time around. I'm going to start with the Raw, as I think it's way less interesting. I think.
Mhm.
I mean, who's really in the picture? The New Day, obviously the champions, the War Raiders. Got
I
the
think
Creed
it's
brothers.
That's like
What is
about
it, just like?
it.
I
I think
think
it's
that's
just the
it.
New Day. I don't think the
Well,
Creeds are like in the picture right now.
Yeah,
technically the Judgment Day, but JD's out hurt.
yeah. They're
Um,
They
done.
need to get
oh, the
rid of it.
LWO.
I'm sick of the Judgment Day.
Okay.
Me too. I think that's it. The Raw tag division is really lacking, and
Yeah.
it's kind of annoying because you look over on SmackDown and there's five or six like insanely solid teams. Then you look over at Raw and it's the War Raiders, and that's it.
Yeah, that
Much.
division's weak.
I
They
think
gotta switch something up there.
I think New Day should beat War Raiders in like a just a normal tag match.
I agree.
I
Something
I
crazy.
I
Uh,
can't imagine the Raw tag titles are gonna be on WrestleMania. There's just no
that
story,
too.
no build. I really can't see it happening at Mania.
Yeah. I guess I didn't think of that way, but if they're going to be on, I think the New Day should win it.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I agree.
They should get the New Day to win the tag titles before WrestleMania, and then I don't know, somehow you pull like a last second thing. Get the Hardys in the New Day. Why not?
That'd be
I
We're
sick.
think
running out of time here.
that could be a good like impromptu idea for WrestleMania. Like
Yeah.
they come down, they cut a promo, and then the Hardys interrupt them.
Kind
Why
of
not?
like the inverse of what happened at WrestleMania 33, where the New Day brought them
Yeah,
out, where they
yeah,
interrupt the New Day.
yeah.
I like that.
Good. All right. Moving on to the SmackDown titles now. Now, this is where things get interesting. There's about, what, five tending teams, I would say? And
Yeah,
they're all pretty good. I mean, it's the champions of the Street Profits, but
you got
yeah,
DIY, Motor City
pretty
Machine
deadly.
Guns, Pretty Deadly, Los Lutharios. Like that's
Scar's.
five solid teams.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going
I,
to be that train wreck ladder
yeah,
match, 10-man ladder match, but
personally, I am unapologetically a DIY fan, and the fact that they took the belts off them is heartbreaking. I love the Street Profits too, but this division is just so stacked that you can't really have like one champion be in control of the brand. Like you look at what's happening. The Street Profits since the Rumble were trying to jockey for that number one spot, even though DIY was holding it. And then even then, like you have like one of the best tag teams of the last 20 years in the Motor City Machine Guns just chilling on the brand.
don't know
Dude,
who would win
uh,
this. I think Los Garza might get it. Honestly, I feel like they're due for a push considering
I
how much they're
think
on TV.
uh,
I don't know.
I don't disagree with them getting the titles. I think it's just now is not the right time. I think the Profits are going to hold the belts for a little while longer, probably into like SummerSlam season, and then the next team to hold the titles without a shadow of a doubt is Pretty Deadly. They beyond deserve a title run on the main roster.
I think they should get their win at WrestleMania.
I think it's too soon to take the belts off the Profits. I mean, what they went 5 years without the titles. You got to let them hold them.
I, I I almost can't believe that that's like an actual stat. They went that long without the
It's
tag titles. It
crazy. It
doesn't
doesn't
feel
feel
right.
like yeah, it doesn't feel like that at all.
Yeah, no,
The
that's very.
Usos held them hostage for God knows how long, so that explains that.
Almost 2 years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
basically.
I honestly
No,
don't have a
almost eight
preference
years.
for who wins the SmackDown tag titles. I think all the teams that are there are pretty good, and I'm fine either way, honestly. Just as
They're
long as they
all
put on a banger.
they're all
Yeah.
worthy contenders of being the champion.
No, I
Which is
agree.
what I like compared to Raw, where you have the War Raiders and a bunch of wannabe champions.
Well, they did the Raw division did just get Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne back
Oh
in
shoot,
June.
right, right.
So they could be like
I wouldn't mind a title run
contenders.
from them.
Yeah.
God.
All right, moving on. We're going to jump to the World Heavyweight Championship for the men's division. Of course, Jey Uso versus Gunther, which was a very lackluster build up until this last Monday Night Raw, where Gunther absolutely mutilated Jimmy Uso on live television for the whole entire world to see. That was disgusting. What a disgusting act by Gunther. I hope he gets fired. What? What a jackass.
Forget fired. He should be put in jail. I mean, that's
Oh,
attempted
yeah.
murder.
That's gonna be a
What
hate
is it?
crime.
I
A kid
mean,
show.
It
it
is a
is a
kid
kid. It's
show.
PG.
Between him
PG.
and Cody swearing, I can't even watch this anymore. It's ridiculous.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys be able to handle the attitude era.
Boo. Boo. You
No,
Good
but
chalk
suck.
yell somewhere else.
God.
like both of you have said, this feud and like build has been so lackluster, but this last week has kind of catapulted it into like I wouldn't say interesting, but it definitely has more eyes on the feud now. I mean, everyone on social media has been trashing it since Jay won the Rumble. So finally to have some sort of relevance in this feud, it kind of feels like a little bit rewarding, but it's kind of at the same time like angry that it took this long to get to a good point in the feud.
Yeah, I think now it's just a matter of can they keep this momentum up? Can they keep
Mm.
the great segment that they just made? The momentum they gained from that. Can they keep that up, or are they going to just flounder for the next couple of weeks?
There's only
Because
two
Yeah,
Raws
exactly.
left.
That's like one of
What
the
are they
only
gonna do?
upsides. They only have two
they
weeks,
got
so
they got
it'll
to
be
keep
pretty
they got to
hard
keep the
to
excitement.
mess it up.
Yeah.
They
What's
can't they
annoying
can't
for
waste it.
me, what's annoying for me is that they had this like in their bag. They were able to do segments like this the whole time while this feud was just getting shit on constantly, right? And it was boring. They were doing sleepers and super kicks every week.
Yeah.
And then they pull this out, which was it was incredible to watch. It was amazing. But it's just frustrating that we have to wait over almost 2 months just to then see a good segment with this feud. Like they should have been
Yeah,
doing consistently good segments that built up to this a little bit. This I feel
Agreed.
like it kind of come out of nowhere.
It's also like just another indicator that Triple H is chronically online. I mean, he must have saw like all the hate and like even people on Twitter were you could have said 3 months ago that they were pushing for Jey Uso to get that big push. Now that he's finally got it and all his booking, everyone's like, we want Gunther to win and all that stuff. So Triple H kind of really only had 3 weeks to make Jey look like a very credible heavyweight contender. Because in the past it was all like yeet and all that fun stuff, but you didn't really see like the serious side of Jey
Yeah.
since he broke off from the Usos. So now we're finally and slowly seeing that side of Jey, which I wish it didn't take like almost 50 plus days since the Rumble to realize it, but unfortunately that's the point we're at.
You know what pisses me off the most is that Gunther has been the champion since what, SummerSlam?
Yep.
And he's just now becoming interesting. Could we why was everyone brushing over that?
Hey, remember his feud with Damian Priest after he won it was that Gunther was basically a bitch.
Yeah,
yeah,
was
He
he?
was
yeah.
scared.
They kind of booked him. I think that's where they dropped the ball with Gunther. Was that feud right there where they make them look
Yeah.
like kind of like scared or that's not Gunther. That's not the
Huh.
ring general.
Well, he was
That's
scared
not that's
coming
not the
off.
dominant IC champ that we've come to love throughout the past couple of years.
He was only scared because he was coming off that loss to Cody, like in between the Priest feud, which is like that definitely killed Gunther's title reign a lot.
Those matches
They're
both
so
should have
unnecessary.
so
They
unnecessary.
only harm the champions because a
Right.
champion
But
has
I
to
feel
eat
like
pinfall.
especially Gunther more than Nia Jax because Gunther I feel like wasn't having a good run with the title before.
Mm.
It was kind of like Cody, where it was mediocre at the start, but Cody's picked up and Gunther's didn't pick up until much later.
Again, not all on Gunther, but the same, like his booking was terrible. Like he had basically a feud for Priest from when he won the title. Well, there's like a little month break in there when he fought Cody to like basically up until the Rumble. I mean, he was feuding with Priest and then Balor got added to it. It's not totally like Gunther's fault, but at the same time, like he could have made it work a little better.
Absolutely.
We're gonna move on to something that's not really a match, but we're gonna be talking about people who are left off the card currently. Now, I think the biggest one is probably Sami Zayn. Uh, that's him right there, clearly. We
No,
got who
I meant the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio.
Liv Morgan left off so far.
Oh, true, yeah.
Alexa Bliss just came back and isn't on WrestleMania for whatever reason yet. This is really strange. Chad Gable also. I mean, I think he'll find a way on, but this is weird, man.
I got a big one. No Sheamus so far.
I have a huge one. El Grande Americano. I mean,
Probably
where is
get
Yeah,
he
on.
on WrestleMania? I
maybe he'll
mean,
fight
Easy
Chad
debut.
Gable.
He was
him
great
and Chad Gable.
overseas.
I mean, I don't get it.
Greatest tag team of all time.
It'd be good.
Grande
No, but
Americano and Chad Gable. That'd be a five-star clinic.
I mean, another big one
Well,
that's currently missing a WrestleMania match is Bailey, who won the women's title at WrestleMania last year. She went on right before Cody and Roman, and this year I kind of feel bad she has nothing to do. But that's a downside to having a stacked roster is you can't have 40 matches a night. Like some people get the short end of the stick, and it varies from year to year.
I saw some
Also,
people saying on Twitter that Bailey might go after the mid card titles. I don't know.
Yeah,
Either. I mean,
she's got a mid card. She got a women's IC title match on
yeah.
Raw
also,
for sure.
someone left off Mania are both women's mid card champions, but
I mean, right
Yeah.
now it's both men's mid card titles too.
true.
Yeah. It's getting weird.
Yeah,
And there's not that much time to like build up the like you can
exactly.
sort of see the direction for the Intercontinental Championship.
But like, you need something on Friday Night SmackDown that's gonna like catapult them.
Lewis got pulled into the nether and his portal broke, so we're gonna be moving on. We're gonna be
No, fuck it. Do that again. Do that again. That's a good one.
oh,
Holy shit! Oh,
This
this
is
is
awesome. This is awesome.
all right. After Lewis went to the nether and came back after his portal got rebuilt, we're gonna be moving on to the mid card titles. We got the U.S. title on SmackDown. LA Knight's the holder. What is going on?
A whole lot of nothing. That's what's going on.
I can't even tell you what's going on. I have no idea.
This is like what are we doing? Like this is LA. This is the top guy. Like he should have a big feud for WrestleMania. This is getting ridiculous. Like, is it going to be a multi-man match? What are we doing?
Is it gonna be a match?
That,
It's the United
that's
States Championship. God damn it! There's going to be a U.S. Championship.
I
you
understand you
never
say
know.
that, but you look at the landscape of SmackDown and what are they doing?
I don't know. Tickling each other. I couldn't tell you.
I
Okay.
I got a I got a bold prediction. I think Ray Phoenix is going to win the U.S. title. I
Too
don't get
early.
why would you have him debut before WrestleMania if you're not going to have him at WrestleMania? And while he's there, might as well just make him win it.
I don't hate that. It's not a bad idea.
Too early.
Build some
Personally,
credibility.
as
I don't know.
as the number one Carmelo Hayes fan in the world, it should be Melo.
I'd
Yeah,
like
but
to
I
see
feel
that
like he's
also.
not even involved in like
No,
that.
I know, which is what is awful.
Like he just like he's with the Miz right
Which
now for
which is
whatever reason. He's
Triple H should be charged for war crimes for that. That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
100%.
Who else? Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, Solo.
Uh,
I think Solo and Jacob Fatu are going to fight each other.
I
That's the way
mean,
it's
who is
looking.
there? Andrade is doing a whole lot of nothing. Nakamura is
Yeah.
there. I mean,
Nakamura.
there's just such a lack of direction.
They fumbled
Yeah.
the ball with Nakamura.
Ever since Crown Jewel, there's been such a lack of direction for the U.S. title. Like
I
they
think I honestly think it's been longer than that. I think it was once LA Knight lost the title.
no, but like no, that's before. What are you talking about? Because the Crown Jewel was LA Knight, Melo, Andrade, that triple threat, and then he dropped the belt at Survivor Series to Nakamura.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
saying there was direction because Nakamura debuted and like came out and I was like, oh, he's gonna fight for
But
the
he
US
did it
title.
like a week before Survivor Series, and then just happened to win the belt.
Well,
It's just such a headache. And then you go over on Raw, and there's a clear-cut picture of what they're going to do with the Intercontinental title. So I don't understand how you can't balance something like that.
I don't know. I just think the fact that there's no clear story means that it's going to be a multi-man match. I think that's just all that means, honestly.
Or
I,
you
I
get
don't. I do think they should probably build it up better. Maybe have your United States champion, LA frickin' Knight, on
Not
a
for
little
us,
more,
man.
give him a more prominent role. But they're gonna do a multi-man match.
Oh, forgot the favorite, Jimmy Uso.
He's
Hello.
dead.
He just got murdered on
He's
Oh, is
dead.
he? Oh, are they gonna take him off the show?
He's
That's
dead.
messed up.
Well,
That's
we'll
messed
see.
up.
If it's a ladder match, maybe not. They might just
He's
need
dead.
another
That's messed
body.
up. I
He's
guess
dead.
he'll come back
He's
during
gonna
the Jey
compete in
Uso
a ladder
match.
match after that brutal assault.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't think of that part.
But the thing is,
Anyway,
like you said, sorry, well, one last thought. Like you said, there's like 2 or 3 episodes of SmackDown left before WrestleMania. There's not all this time to get a new story. You kind of just gotta roll with your punches and go from this week, and you just see what you can get.
all right. Next up, we're gonna be talking about the Intercontinental Championship because we were originally talking about this, but Lewis got dragged into the Nether. So we're gonna be talking about the
I despawn.
potential. He did despawn for a potential fatal four-way with Penta, Braun Breaker as champion, of course, Dom Mysterio and Finn Balor. That sounds like a great match to me. It's a little forced, sure. I would rather a one-on-one feud, maybe even a triple threat, but I like it. I just hope Braun Breaker doesn't retain. Not that I don't like him. I think the title needs something new.
I feel like Finn Balor needs this more than anyone else in this because Braun Breaker and Dom Mysterio, they have a bunch of time. They're both young. Penta is being built as one of the biggest stars, and he can win it later. But I feel like they need to turn Balor back into being a good guy, what he was doing before the Judgment Day, and give him this title because I mean he's been losing besides last week for so long.
Yeah, yeah, he really has earned the name Pin Balor in the past year or so. Um, I I I don't know. I agree with that. I think Finn Balor deserves some wins. I don't know. I just really feel like when it comes to the IC title, it's just Chad Gable just seems like the best option to me, man. He's so great in the ring. He's so great on the mic. He needs that stepping stone to get elevated to the main event eventually. And I think he just needs something.
Yeah, but he's not
Because
going to be in
I'll be completely honest. He's not going to be in the match. You don't think?
No, that
It's not
match is
part of
going
the
to be
bit.
those four.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
hasn't been part of the
it's
build at
pretty
all.
clear that it's gonna go big fatal four way.
I don't know. I think Chad Gable should be involved with that, quite frankly. But if that's not what's going to happen, then yeah, sure. Finn Balor probably.
Uh, what I like about this dynamic is that kind of piggybacking off what Matt said, like Penta, like he's there and he's a good option to win the title. I don't want to say it's too soon. I just think he's going to be on to bigger and better things after Mania, potentially winning Money in the Bank and all that stuff. Like there's big things in coming for Penta, and same for Braun Breaker. I think he's going to drop the title at Mania. I think that it should be Priest or sorry, not Priest, uh, Balor or Dom. And I think whoever wins the title should pin the other one to win the title. That way, you get all the Judgment Day shenanigans done and dusted, and you move on with a clean slate.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
although
know
I
what?
would love to see Dom versus Penta.
I just thought of this idea. If you want to have Dom win, maybe you get Logan Paul involved. Logan Paul can screw.
Dude, he's fighting AJ
He's
Styles.
got
Yeah,
his
I
own
know, I
match.
know. No, I know, but
What
I'm
is this?
saying he can
Worst idea
interfere.
ever.
So you set up a tag team between Dom and Logan Paul.
I
Oh,
mean, I
jeez.
wouldn't hate that. Just don't do it at WrestleMania.
They're having Logan Paul's also he also has his own feud going on.
Oh,
You
I
know
know.
what? I don't hate that.
I don't
I
hate the
like that
idea.
idea.
Just
Just
because
not
he
at
has a feud going
WrestleMania.
on doesn't mean he can't be
Why
involved
not?
in another match.
Why
He can
not? It's
still
a
interfere.
I
twist.
feel like Logan Paul isn't there enough to be a part of a tag team.
Well, maybe not a tag team, but like form a little faction,
Just
like a little
imagine if he did get though. That'd be the next Rated
yeah,
RKO for Christ's sake.
be worse.
Be way worse for crying out loud.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but I think it should be Dom or Balor to take the IC title. Either
Yeah.
either either way you want to go is fine.
And another quick rivalry is Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, which originally I was not on board with. No one was on board with. I'm kind of still not on board with it, but it has been pretty good. Both guys have been doing really good work, so I can't complain. You have to balance out the card somehow, so I'm fine with it.
The
This is a
thing,
must win for Drew McIntyre. There can be no conceivable way where Drew McIntyre loses this match. Because honestly, this isn't the best storyline for him, but at the very least, you can kind of say, oh, look, Damian Priest took this moment away from him last year at WrestleMania. Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre is getting his moment back in a way, I guess, or he's getting revenge. He just needs this win. He needs it.
Yeah, I agree. I think McIntyre's been so good for so long. He needs to get that win at WrestleMania. I know he got it last year, but it didn't like Lewis just said, Priest came in and spoiled it. So, I do think that McIntyre needs it more than Priest.
Drew was one of the
He,
unsung heroes of 2024. You look at what he did. He was putting on bangers with Punk, that whole rivalry. Like he was in the thick of it throughout the entire year, and he kind of got dealt at the short end of the stick with the Priest feud. But they've both managed to make it work. They make it interesting every week. I mean, Priest choke slamming him onto the windshield of a car was pretty sick. I mean, like it's not the feud that everyone wanted, but now that we have it, there's at least a little bit of hype for the match.
real glass.
In his
All
eyes.
right. And another thing, real quickly, is Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. This has been like mid. It's not bad. It's not great. It's kind of what I was expecting. It's fine. It's a WrestleMania feud. It's fine.
I'm not
I,
the biggest fan of Charlotte Flair. She's a good in-ring worker, but I feel like she cuts the same promo every single week, no matter if she's a good guy or a bad guy. So,
Either wooing or booing.
I'm more just tired of her current character than anything else, and that's what's making this feud not as great for me.
Yeah. I think the build's been pretty stale. I think the storyline's been pretty stale. But I think when it actually comes time to have the match, I think it'll be a banger. I think it'll be a great match. It's just this, build hasn't been too good.
the
I
build's
love
been
that.
non-existent in my opinion.
Uh,
Like I kind of
yeah,
forget it's like a match. Like obviously, like what Matt said, Charlotte's character, there is no character. She's just like, oh, I'm the queen. Look at all the title runs I've had. Put some respect on my name. And then she gets out there with Tiffany and then says some unscripted stuff, and Tiffany, not being used to that, doesn't know how to react. So it's kind of like Charlotte's kind of get like a one up on her. It's just like ruining the feud, in my opinion. And they're doing the same stuff every week. And it's going to result in Charlotte winning another title and just going to be a snooze
I
fest.
don't think it is.
I don't know. I
Oh,
can see
you're
it going either way, man.
you're
It's
crazy if you don't
it's
think Charlotte's going to win.
I,
I
I mean,
I
it
still
makes
think
a
it's
lot
that's what
more
everyone's
sense.
expecting.
I think it's
It
the
makes a
biggest
lot
lock
more
of the
sense to
weekend.
have Tiffany Stratton win, though, and I feel like that's what they're looking at. You can either give Charlotte a meaningless title reign or elevate another superstar to new heights, which
Yeah.
this year, clearly that's what they want to do this year, giving Jey Uso the Royal Rumble. So I feel like it would make no sense to have Charlotte Flair win this match.
because yeah, I mean, if you have Charlotte Flair win, what is she gonna do? Hold the title for 3 months and then drop it? Like,
Exactly.
and so that's if she has a title reign, it's not gonna be very long,
It's not going to be
And
good either.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
keep the momentum for Tiffy going. The fans love Tiffy. Everyone loves Tiffany.
Right.
Tiffany
Exactly.
should win.
Well, her
I
reign's
just
been kind of
think
stale, but it's whatever.
I just think it's
Has she
setting
even?
up for a
I don't even
Charlotte title
know.
win.
I don't even know who Tiffany's defended it against, if she's defended it at
She
all.
had a SmackDown defense against Natalia, not Natalia, Nia Jackson,
Bayley.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. Another one, really quickly, not as important as the final two I have left. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Again, it's just like this one's another one that's just like I feel like they're kind of holding back on something, man. They're just like it needs something, and like it's just like on paper it sounds great, and I'm sure the match will be great, but I can't get that excited about it.
They're
This
trying to build up to the fact that Randy Orton's going to kick Kevin Owens in the head. And
Yeah,
that's
but
been the whole feud is that Kevin Owens comes out, he does something to another wrestler. Randy Orton then comes out, gets Kevin Owens in position or gets someone else in position, and then they leave last second, and then that's it. I feel like it's really repetitive. And I
You know,
also feel like it shouldn't be Randy Orton and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. They should have saved the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match for WrestleMania. That was such a great match. That match was fantastic, and no one's gonna really remember it because it took place on the night John Cena turned heel.
yeah, that's true. I think some of the feuds have been suffering from the fact that like the three top feuds for WrestleMania have been taking the most screen time. Like Cena Cody triple threat match of Roman Punk, Rollins, and then the Rhea Bianca Io. Like I just feel like that's been the
yeah,
majority of this WrestleMania build, and like some of the other feuds haven't had as much time on TV to develop. I think that's the main issue. But I also want to say I think Randy Orton needs to win this match. Randy Orton has been eating a lot of L's recently, and I don't think he's won in a singles pay per view match in quite a while. And Kevin Owens is just coming off of a win against Sami Zayn, so I think KO can afford a loss against Randy Orton. And, build up Randy Orton a little bit more. He's been losing too much.
Another issue I have with this Mania card is the fact that we're supposed to care that all these like feuds and stuff have like already happened before. Like you look like Randy versus Kevin Owens has already happened before. Drew and Priest already like we're supposed to care on the pre-existing history between all these competitors when in reality, most of these feuds have been such lackluster that you kind of forget. You were like, oh yeah, Drew and Priest do have history. Oh, Randy and Kevin Owens do have history. Like that's like one of my only real big complaints. I feel like it's just becoming like rematch mania.
Yeah, there's no actual substance. They're just like, oh yeah, this happened in the past, so hopefully the fans will enjoy it now.
Exactly.
It's
Everyone's supposed to care, and not everyone's caring.
I feel like that's such a
yeah,
big problem for the entire card too. It's not like it's just
yeah.
this. It's if you look down the card in most matches, they've fought at some point.
Moving on to the night one main event, the triple threat, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. What is going on? This is like, it's such a good match. The match is obviously going to be great. We all know that. But what is going on SmackDown and Raw? Like, it's like a whole lot of nothing. They did the thing with the CM Punk favor last SmackDown, I believe, with the contract signing. Like, it was good, sure, but they should have been doing this a long time ago.
Yeah, again, I feel like this has such a problem for most of the builds to WrestleMania is that something is missing. There's like one piece to the puzzle that isn't there. And especially with this feud, the way it started at least was the brawl at the Rumble, and then they brawled again, and then like they've had multiple big time brawls, and then it's like okay, now it's time to learn that the favor is WrestleMania main event, but then it isn't that, and then he just doesn't say anything about it after that. I don't even think it was talked about on Raw. Maybe briefly was mentioned that it wasn't, and we
Yeah.
hope to find out what it is, which is just a little strange. It's Seth Rollins. I feel like he's been a third wheel, but like very like he hasn't been that prominent at all for me in this. Like he got mad that they were main eventing WrestleMania. He's main eventing WrestleMania, and his first reaction, I guess, because he hates Punk so much, but he got mad about it, which I don't know. I thought that was
Like he was
kind of
crying.
weird. Yeah, it was kind of weird to me. I didn't really like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything that interesting to say. But I kind of agree. Like it's gonna be a great match, but like something just feels off, and I can't necessarily put, I can't like put my finger on it. It's just
Yeah.
something. The vibes are a little off, but obviously, once when the actual match is happening, I'm probably not gonna care. I'm gonna be excited to see it. They're gonna put on a banger. And as for who wins, I feel like it's tricky, but I don't know. I feel like CM Punk. I feel CM Punk should win, but you could make a case for Roman or Rollins, but I don't know. It's his first Mania back, so
I'll
uh,
say my prediction for a later video. I just got one real big complaint so far. They're just making the fact it's like, hey, look, it's CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins in one ring. I wonder what's gonna happen. And they trade words and like, all right, we'll see you next week. That's all that's really happened. Obviously, like the three of you have all said, this match is gonna be a certified banger. There's no doubts about that. Like they're all gonna go to war. It's a triple threat, so there's technically no disqualification. So they're gonna beat the hell out of each other. But like I need something else in the build-up other than just Punk calling CM Punk sorry, Punk calling Rollins Grimace and then just stuff like that, like quick little jabs. Like I need something. I
Yeah.
need some physicality. I need someone going through a table. I need someone getting hit with a chair, something like that, rather than just playing some grab ass.
These three should be having like in pause. These three should be having like intense promos. We haven't had that at all. Not
I
even
know
close.
they've just had like Punk
Yeah.
called Seth Rollins grimace. He called Roman Reigns the big dog. Roman
Like
Reigns
what?
said one man's favor is one man's like check mark or
That's a
something.
great quote right
Yeah.
there.
And another thing, I don't know about you guys, but I do not buy at all that Punk and Roman hate each other. Like there's supposed to be this big blood feud, and like sure they're rivals, but I think they needed to hammer home the Paul Heyman thing more. He's like
Yeah,
barely involved.
it just feels a little awkward between the two of them. Like I get they have the history again with like the Shield and stuff and how that all went down, but it just feels weird.
It,
Like
it honestly,
not
it feels like
talking
they're
about it
building
that
up a
much. They're
match for
talking
Raw.
about how I feel like they're just talking about how it's Punk's main event and then it's Rollins hates Punk. I feel like Roman is kind of left behind a little bit in the terms of why he's
Yeah,
there.
the whole
You know?
thing is just about CM Punk, which
Yeah.
Which is it's
why?
all right. But like you look at like everyone's like we want to call it motives for the match. Like Punk wants to main event WrestleMania. Roman is kind of just there to be there. And then Rollins, his whole motives for like this feud is I can't let CM Punk main event WrestleMania. Like when you're actually going to main event WrestleMania, you need a little more stakes. Like I don't need like a number one contendership match I just need like a grudge match. Like I want these guys to hate each other and I want them to rip each other's heads off the moment they see each other. Like it needs to be
Yeah.
on site with these three the moment they see each other.
And if you enjoyed that WrestleMania breakdown, we got the Cena versus Cody feud in a whole separate video. Go check it out right now.
Click on the video, will you?
Santi, I'm coming for you.
Boy, it up.
No! Shut the fuck